Michael Falato, founder of Throttle Falato Leads.com. Welcome to the Sales Podcast, man. How the heck are you?
Good. How you doing, Wes?
I'm good. I was checking out your LinkedIn, and you were at March Air Force Base back in the day?
Yeah, right by you in Riverside there.
Yeah. I got married at March Air Force Base the day it closed. When were you there?
Let's see. I got there probably around 94 and 90 to 2000. On and off.
That's when I was there, 94 to 95.
Yeah, but I was in the reserve, so I was there 1 week in a month.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
It was March Air Reserve Base by the time I got there, not March Air.
Yeah, so I got married September 30th, 95, and that was the day it switched to a reserve.
Oh, wow.
And then I left on Monday, October 2nd for Keesler.
So that's in Colorado, right?
No, Keesler's in Biloxi, Mississippi.
Okay.
Yep. And so you've done a bunch of things, huh? Air Force, you were, are you still in real estate? Or I saw like you used to be in real estate.
Yeah, I was doing real estate in Austin and California, flipping homes and basically buying new homes and making good money doing that and helping a couple of people. But my last 27 years of sales, software, technology is one of the first people at Monster.com, Monster Board.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, yeah, lots of sales training, lots of sales jobs, and lots of tech companies.
Yeah, I was in Austin late 99 to the end of 04. And I flipped a few houses and built a couple spec homes, and so kind of overlapped a bit.
Yeah, that's good. It's definitely good. I was 2003 and 4 were the big years where you can buy a new home and flip it without even touching it.
Yeah. People don't realize, like, after the .com bubble burst, like Austin kind of had a precursor of what the nation did in 2008. I mean, it was devastating. That town just wasn't very diversified then. And
I was there 2006 to 2016. So
okay,
the house, they're a little bit on the higher side, but not their highest. It's just like 2008, and then 8.5 was like the whole structure of the whole loans with kaput because of guys like me.
Yeah.
And
you still training jiu-jitsu?
Yep. Black belt, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, Muay Thai.
Nice.
Wrestler, played dodgeball for 20 years in Chicago and LA and Austin. Yeah, so Full Throttle is actually who I am. I got that nickname from a Marine, and I was in the Air Force veteran. And he's a black belt in Orlando Police Department, and I'm a black belt civilian. He's like 2 years full throttle all the time. I love it. That's my company name.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I started jiu-jitsu about 7 years ago. So
oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I'm 2-stripe brown belt. I wish I'd have started earlier.
I started at 43. We would have to have a little sparring session here. What's your move?
As long as you don't kick me, punch me. I got this right here. Actually, the light kind of washed it out, but a guy was rolling with a blue belt Monday.
Yeah, I was rolling Monday too. I got my face all scarred up, and he got me in a toehold, and I got him in a toehold, and he had a little more movable ankles, so I tapped first. So I'm like,
my right ankle's bad. Years of soccer, then basketball, then football. I've sprained it so many times. Then my very first in-house tournament, I sprained it in the last second. So it's rough. You grab my right foot, I got to tap quick. So I got to keep you off my right foot. But yeah,
where are you training at?
Under Hoyler Gracie, so Gracie Humaida.
Okay, that's Joe Kennedy. He trains that in Austin.
Yeah. Yep, out in Austin or Cedar Park, right?
I got to know him pretty well.
Oh, that's cool.
It's just, and that was a Brazilian Fight Factory in Austin, which is under Leo Bear and Shaq Matt.
Oh, gotcha.
And we were under Flight Sports in here in Orlando, and now we're just under his brand, Nick Riccomati. So
yeah, that's cool.
What's your move? What's your jiu-jitsu move that you're going to? Mine's a north-south drill, or electric chair. Those are my two. I usually cut right
I don't
there.
know that I've ever pulled off an electric chair. I do.
Pretty easy.
Somehow I went to North South very early. So two things happened to me early on as a newer blue belt. A black belt, an Air Force guy, very small guy, and he's 70 something years old. But 6 years ago, I had him in knee on belly, right? But I wasn't smashing him. I just had the position. We're just kind of holding him. I don't smash people unless they're assholes, and or sometimes you just have a hard roll, so that's fine. But
or if they're older senior belt, you try to show some respect. That's all.
yeah, and I was not smashing him at all, but I had my left hand on his shoulder, and he reached up with two hands and popped my elbow.
So
then I kind of
he did like this.
Yeah, that torque, that twisting motion, it popped, and it kind of hurt, but it wasn't a submission, but it got bad. So to this day, I can't straighten it.
Yeah.
But for a long time, I couldn't frame, right? And then, like an idiot, a friend of mine that does CrossFit, he's like, "Come do our CrossFit." I'm like, "Oh, hell, no." So I'm like, all right, they were doing the trials for their open, right? I guess it's everybody, they do the timing and then you can make it and so I'm like, all right, it was a 15-minute workout. I'm like, I'm not doing any impact stuff. He's like, it's medicine ball and rowing. I'm like, okay, fine. But doing that medicine ball, I played football at Air Force, and a couple of times I got those stingers, where it pops your neck. So like my right side is just not good.
You were at Air Force too?
Yeah, I went to the Air Force Academy. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, sir.
Yeah.
What rank were you? You didn't tell me this when we first started.
So
what rank did you get out as?
What's that?
What rank did you get out? What'd you do? What was your HOC?
I got out. I did 5. So the academy, you owed 5 years. So I was a meteorologist.
Oh.
So
weather.
Dive and dive. Yep.
Yeah, I did. I was an aircraft mechanic on the KC-135 March.
Yep.
Environmental, electrical, and then I was video production. I was a videographer.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had 135s and KC-10s. So went out to the UAE a couple of times with those guys. So it's all good.
You got out to captain?
Yeah, I got out as a captain.
Good. I want you to laugh at this.
Ah.
You know what it looks.
Oh, hold on.
When we did, I didn't think. Yeah. For all those listening, we're starting West searching for his ID.
Look, dude, this thing is still active. It's in def for the date.
Yeah, I got one of those like that. See,
yeah.
I just got this card. That one I'm surprised I got medical benefits.
I need that one because I got the old VA card, and I guess that's the new one, and I don't know.
You just go there and say I need a new VA card.
Yeah, I got to remember to do that. Oh well. So
sales at one point, right?
Yeah. Well, so you asked, so it pinched a nerve in my neck. I couldn't even do a single push-up for like a year. I went to the chiropractor. He said it'll release in 6 to 18 months, and it did. But for a year in jiu-jitsu, I couldn't frame. So I developed a really funky kind of give you my back, turn into turtle, roll back out of it. But it just ended up in north-south, just became normal to me. So I'll work from north-south. And
so I control a paper cutter. I got hit in my neck with a belt 12-6 for my blue belt. And my black belt, got my black belt. They went through the line twice. When I turn around.
Oh, you do the gauntlet. Oh.
You hit me here, and I'm like this, like someone hit me in the back like a car.
The
nerve, my whole arm went dead. I couldn't sleep. I think it happened the same thing. My brachial nerve got hit. My hand, I couldn't move. It was a mess.
Yeah, my 3 fingers tingled all the time.
It was horrible. I was so pissed at that guy. I know he didn't do it on purpose, but I wanted to kill him.
Yeah, we don't do the gauntlet.
In the neck. I hate the gauntlet anyways, but of course I had to go with my shirt off back and forth as a black belt. So
crap.
Wait till you get your black belts. Wait, did I get hit as a? Yeah, I think I hit as a black belt. Yeah, I was saying, did I even do it? Yeah, I had to. I got to do it twice. Yes, it's going to be my 3rd year next. Yeah, I'm about 2.5 years in the black and black.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a professor in the sense of teaching every day, but
right.
I know enough to protect myself.
Yeah, for sure. I had to use it once in our neighborhood at a 4th of July party like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Drunk dude, 29 years old, got angry at the host, 61-year-old host. I took him down, sat on him, gift wrapped him, let him go home. He lived literally next door, ran around, came in through the garage. So I opened the utility room door, met him again, threw him on the car, threw him down, gift wrapped him again. Never had to hit him.
Yeah, just put him to sleep, maybe.
So this stuff works, man.
Yeah, I haven't really used that in a fight yet, so not really. No.
Yeah, he was drunk. I wouldn't call it a fight. I mean, I guess technically it is, but didn't have to punch.
Yeah.
Oh man. So after doing all this, you end up full throttle Falato leads. So are you teaching people how to get leads, or do you do it for them?
Sales as a service. I'm SaaS, using SaaS. Sales as a service, using software as a service.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm SaaS to the site.
How do you know if you can help someone? Do you ever tell people no?
Yeah, if it's like a solopreneur that has barely any money and this is the last dollar they're trying to figure out, I don't want that kind of stress or conscience, because I'm only going to amplify what's good or bad about you. If your business is struggling, your company's not doing well, you're going to exude that. And also, if you don't have money, then I have to worry about payment. And then also, you got to be unique in your approach. It can't be about sales. Whenever you do email, LinkedIn automation, it should be what I do. It's like, hey, do you want to join my podcast, or do you want to join my roundtable as a featured guest? That's what I do as a featured guest on my roundtable. It's a sales approach for me to say, I want you to be on my roundtable, my mastermind. By the way, I do lead gen, sales and automation, and I can help you. So I help other people network. So it works out as a nice give to get. But we have companies that I build websites, and here's the things I do. It's like no one cares yet about what you do and how you do and why you do it. Who have you done it for? Whenever you write something, who cares? Why should I listen? What are you going to do for me? What's the fear of missing out? If you can't do that and give them something and not sell them, there's a lot of things, right, to make sure it goes right. Then you have to sit there and go, all right, I'm using HubSpot. I'm going to send out all these emails. How am I getting the data? Is it clean? And then HubSpot has issues like if you send emails that bounce or emails that will unsubscribe. So that's not the right approach. You got to use an email server like SendGrid. You got to use a verification tool. You got to have an email engineer that understands the DKIM, the DMARC, the SPF, the MX records. There's a lot of things that go with the data, with the approach, the content, the deliverability, sendability. That's one thing. Then you got LinkedIn. LinkedIn doesn't let you do all this automation, but there's ways to do it. So you don't want to put your LinkedIn profile back. And then you try to wrap it up, just wrap it and say, I'm going to give them some sort of roundtable or event, to come to. So that's kind of what I do. And I produce, 10 to 20 sales qualified meetings a month for less than you pay an SDR, which is about $5K a month. So I do what 4 to 5 SDRs can do. I'm 53 years old and I've been doing this for 25 years. The SDR is usually someone that's 23 years old, like college. And they're not going to last because either they're going to hate it or they're going to do it for 12 months and want to be an AE. If they're not, you got to question their drive. So no matter what, I'm a better approach solution than what you get with an SDR or SDR company.
Mm-hmm. What are you seeing? What's working today? Because I'm hearing people struggle with direct mail because people are working from home. They don't have addresses for the senior executives. Nobody's answering their phones. Everything goes to voicemail.
It's a three-part approach. Using email to basically say, again, let me offer you something. Let me invite you to do something, right? And then having it be delivered. The LinkedIn does really well, but there's limits on how many activities you can do or invites. So what I do is I spread it across 5 people. Like, hey, you're a SDR? Okay, that's all you have in the company, small company. How about your wife, your kid? I have all of those people sending emails LinkedIn for me under their picture because they're a real person and they work for me, but I'm really using their LinkedIn and kind of spread it across 5 or 6 profiles. But I don't use fake profiles because that will get you banned. And then so email, LinkedIn, send enough of those out. It's a sales game. I hear about them, send it up. And like me, I have 10 to 15 Zoom calls every single day. It's ridiculous, but it's good because I'm up to 80,000 a month in MRR. And really, I didn't invent any type of software or IP. I just have a repeatable, scalable process.
You have 10 to 15. You're talking about with prospects looking to hire you?
I have 10 to 20, 15 to 20 companies that use me at 4,000 to 5,000 a month. Yeah, on average. So it's much better working for myself than working at a software company and saying, "What are you doing this quarter? Why is your numbers a little bit down? Here's 120,000, and I own you." I don't like that.
Yeah.
I
was just trying to understand. You said the Zoom calls you have per day, is that with prospects?
Yeah, 10 to 15 is, I'd say 80% of them are new and 20% are follow-ups, checking in, networking. One of the things I'm doing now is like someone like yourself might have thousands of people in sales in your LinkedIn. And they'll say, hey, why don't we use your LinkedIn for both of us and I'll do it for free for a month. That's the biggest thing that I'm doing for me is you're endorsing me, I'm endorsing you to barter, but you're getting an extra program campaign to help you get new clients, and so am I. So with someone that benefits me, then I try to do a barter for a month, and then he would pay me. But when someone's hired me, I'm getting 10 to 20 meetings per month for them. I'm actually doing 10x for me because I can't drink my own soup or sip my own soup. Like, what's the point of having a lead gen company if I can't get my own lead?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Is there a range though? Like if somebody, can you get 10 to 20 calls a month, of a Fortune 1000 type company, or is it like smaller, in the SMB space?
It's whatever your TAM and your ICP and personas are. I mean, again, if I told you yes or no to any of those questions, I'd be blown smoke, right? Depends on who you are, what your LinkedIn profile looks like, what your offering is, what's your viability in the marketplace, how many people are doing what you do. So yeah, I can. I've closed the NFL for companies.
Mm-hmm.
I worked at tech stations in sports marketing, so I brought my company into the NFL and got 35 professional sports teams, including NFL. Worked for the NFL Network, did stuff on the NFL Network, NFL Fantasy. I mean, there's ways I've taken small companies and gotten major companies. I was at Monster Board before it was Monster. You got Union Bank of California, Kinko's, Tenet Health, all these companies. I mean, it was just amazing how much I was doing just as a guy who was very energetic. And so now that I have automation and bots who don't complain and just do what they do. So there's a lot more noise out there. So that's why you have to send a lot more campaigns out there because a lot of people are figuring out how to automate stuff.
Yeah.
They don't do it the right way most of the time.
Yeah. And I've seen a lot. It seems like there's been a big movement towards cold email tools like Apollo and Instantly. How long is that going to be around? Because it's like I'm helping a client they have an Instantly account and that they've hired a company to do. One kind of failed. They hired another. They're kind of still in the test phases. He had his own Apollo. So I'm like, it's better to own your own stuff. Let's get that going.
Yeah, but by owning your own stuff, you don't know how to use it right. So I have people that got Apollo and they don't know how to use it. And then they're putting their Office 365 and their own Gmail connected to it. And they're wondering why their domain is crashing. So
exactly.
I have 3.6 million credits with Apollo because I'm one of the largest agencies that uses Apollo. But you don't know how to use it most of the time. And the same thing with my LinkedIn automation tool. It's very difficult to understand it. And I was like, I can't do it. And then jiu-jitsu and sales. You lose and you learn. Sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail.
Yeah, for sure. And
they say in Brazilian, in Portuguese, oi to the bem.
Oi to the bem.
Tudo bom.
Boa.
Boa.
That's funny. Yeah, I mean, they're super powerful. I mean, like I just started using it and helping them kind of figure it out. And I see other CRMs. It's like, damn, I mean, these tools can replace a lot of the platforms that are out there.
You can't.
Um, but people, they don't really know what to do with them. But I mean, how long is Google going to let tools like Apollo do their thing? There's multiple domains and warming up emails. I mean, it seems like
You're not going to know. How's it going to know if one domain is attached to another domain? There's always ways to kind of make it. I mean, I know people have 15 domains and then 10 emails per domain and 10 different variations of people per domain. And the whole thing with Google and Yahoo's limitations, it's based on, I heard it was based on personal emails, not necessarily business workplace emails. So regardless, I mean, you shouldn't be sending 5,000 emails from any subdomain, separate domain, alternative domain, or your main domain a day.
Yeah.
That's not swear. That's how you break stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a good point. It's because I don't know how they know, but I mean, it seems like there's some kind of header or something being appended.
They look for spam content.
Yeah.
If you just keep on using the same content over and over, they'll realize it. If you send 15 people inside of a company all at once, it sees that like an attack on their server. There's do's and don'ts, right? But again, it's not spray and pray, but it's a machine gun approach with a sniper scope on every rifle. So they want to put in military terms.
Yeah. So what are you seeing? Like, what works? What's the call to action? Do people? Is it just to have a one-on-one meeting? Is it, hey, get this white paper, attend this webinar? Like what?
For me, I recommend anchors. My anchor is, hey, I want to invite you as a featured guest on my roundtable at Mastermind. That's once a month. For you, would be I want to see if you'd be a good fit for my podcast or whatever else that you do. Right? It's like give them something of value to want to talk to. Don't sell. Let's just have a chat. Let's start a call, virtual cup of coffee. By the way, I do podcasts. And by the way, I do fractional demand gen. That's what you kind of mentioned. Then you touch base 3 times and let it go. Don't send a 10 stroke sequence. It's going to bug the hell out of them. They're not going to answer within 3 to 4. You might as well wait for a month or two and then re-hit them. Maybe it's just a bad timing. But my whole thing on the last one is it gets a response like, hey, I'm going through the right person to talk to, but I'm probably going to check back with you in a month if I'm going to hear it back. Because I don't even know if these emails are making it to you. And that makes them kind of say, leave me alone or let's talk. I want some response. So that's kind of way to get it. But I went to a channel summit in Vegas a couple of weeks ago. I took a whole list of attendees, downloaded it, got the first name and last name, ingested it, enriched it, and sent it on LinkedIn. I made 25 meetings. So, there's a thing called DealMax with the credit, what they call ACG is the company that does this. Credited, what's it called? Association of Corporate Growth. A lot of investment bankers. So they had, registration for the event, and they said, okay, you can download last year's attendees. So there's 25.
That's what you got.
So that one, I just downloaded it. No, wait. I'm sorry, that's actually 2020 per attendee list. So yeah, it's actually this year's list. But anyways, took that, ingested it, enriched it, and I'm sending out 2,500 emails right now.
Why would they give away the attendee list? I've never heard of that.
That's a little different that they actually put it on here. I thought it was for last year. I didn't even read it right. It was 2024, it says.
Yeah.
But I don't even need to go to these events. Hey, I'm going to go, want to meet with you in a week or two before. You say, listen, if you can't go, but you can't. If it's a real lead, they'll meet with you still on Zoom. Sure. Otherwise, it wasn't a good lead anyway, so who cares?
Yeah, I'm doing this with the client. They're a tech firm, and they had mentioned a conference. So I said, okay, look. I showed them, let's go to Twitter. Look up hashtags. Who's using the hashtag for the show? I'm like, we can grab that list and then reach out to those people and set meetings. I'm like, you don't even need a ticket to the conference. Just go, have lunches, have dinners, have breakfast.
Yeah.
have one-on-ones,
They'll
go
get you
set.
kicked out sometimes, but yeah, I do that. But I've done it where, if you sit outside of the conference and you're having all these meetings, you gotta watch because you don't want your name to get bad. It's a smaller industry, but
Sure.
depending on who it is, if it's $500 to go to have an exhibit hall, that's what I do. Because at least I'm giving them a little bit.
Sure.
Or I go to the conference and say, listen, I'll drive people to your conference if you give me a booth. So I do a barter.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, there's better ways than just doing the Twitter approach. That's a good way. But for me, it's also, there's groups on LinkedIn for the event, there's groups for the association. And then there's also, if anybody is your client that's exhibitors, they're looking for leads, for me. So I just pick the exhibitor list and say, I see that you might be exhibiting at 2.0 West something. Do you want to meet? So all those things, like you're saying, is great. But I need, for me, I need, like the Twitter thing is great, but I don't necessarily know the company. I want their email address and their title. So I need to have that and feed it through Apollo and enrich it.
Sure.
And then go back into LinkedIn and email. So there's
Sure.
certain cooler ways of doing stuff. But yeah,
Yeah.
Twitter's a little more hidden some of the stuff. I'll do a lot of scraping.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I've got some tools. You can import lists. So you can create a list by hashtag, see who's talking about it. And it's a starting point, and it can look up contact info, then you can enrich it, with their other profiles. But just because they were even debating, should they go? I'm like, I don't know that you need a booth.
No.
These guys they're technicians. They're very smart, technical. They're geeks. I mean, they're certified geeks, very good at what they do. But lead generation and engaging, I'm like, don't go walk the floor and hit up all the exhibitors, because if you do that wrong, you irritate the exhibitors, because like they're not there to be sold to.
Yeah.
And so
I still do it. I'm like, hey, but it's usually the people at the exhibit booth are not the titles you want, anyways.
yeah, typically they're not. And if you know what you're doing, you can get in and get out. But these guys they're very nice. They're just very honest, straightforward technicians, and they do great work when they're coding. I'm like, let's figure out a different way to work these shows. And now they're fired up because like they're seeing the light. They're like, okay, they see how they can work it. And
you gotta be a guerrilla marketer like you and I. Certain country, you're probably a good fit for something because you already signed the line to say, I'm gonna do more than the average civilian. As you know, a brown belt or black belt or someone in the military, it's 95% more than anyone civilians ever done.
Yeah.
What's the average black belt? How long does it take the average black belt can get for black belt? There's no average person. There is no average person getting a black belt or brown belt. How many people are quitting doing something because it's too hard for them?
Yep.
My sales and jiu-jitsu is very much the same thing because it's chess, checkers, strength, guerrilla marketing, guerrilla sparring. It's just, you got to come up with 15 different ways to do something that's smarter, better, faster.
Yeah.
So.
For sure. So how did you arrive at your price point? Because $5,000 a month, honestly, seems low for what you're doing.
I compare it to what an SDR costs. So like we have to pay this. I have a chart here, but I don't know if you could share screen or not if you want me to or not. But,
sure.
Okay. Let's just kind of a Google Meet crack in here. It's like,
yeah, there's a button down there. It should say share. There you go.
Yeah, so I say, listen, you can hire a kid, you can hire me. It's going to cost you $5,000 a month for an SDR. It's going to cost you probably bonuses and commissions, social security, unemployment, data tools. You got the SDR manager is a big part of it. You're going to have to manage that person. I have nothing in here about the turnover, and I'm trying to give them even access that they could even do 30,000 touch points in a quarter. They can't. But let's just say they can.
Well, they probably won't have the tools. If they do, they're not using. I've never met anybody that's truly using their tools correctly.
Yeah, it's like, again, like you said, Sue, you go once a month or you go 3 times a week. It shows in what you do. I'm an expert in both. And if you do it as a side thing, then you're okay. that's part of your job, but you're not doing that great because you should be closing and selling and consulting, not figuring out how to do everything yourself. Especially if you're an entrepreneur or software company where you're running a lot of stuff. Like, is it really $5,000 a month worth that? Because I'm actually spending a lot more time and money than $5K a month.
Yeah.
So, and not hiring an SDR or me. But again, I haven't met one kid that's even close to half of what I can do. When I was doing this at Job Fight, we had 15 SDRs in Canada and US, and I was doing 12 meetings a week still, and I was using HubSpot unfortunately back then, and they already broke their domain once, and they broke it. They were breaking it again because they were using the domain and their main domain and their and HubSpot. So many things you could do wrong. It's like someone that knows sales consulting, and they know what you should and shouldn't be doing, and you're too close to it. So maybe hire someone like Russ and Michael to kind of take an outside in look.
Do you have them set up their own accounts and then you run it, or does that 5K include an Apollo and things like that? Because it gets expensive buying domains and email addresses.
Yeah, I include email. I include the setup. I give it an email engineer. I automate the email LinkedIn with technologies. I create the roundtable once a month. I even set it with HubSpot for free for them if they want. So there's a lot that I give, and I think it's pretty it's a pretty good deal. And then what I'd like to do, the second phase of my career, the second phase of my company is, get companies that have 30 salespeople, and maybe they don't need me for email because they think they know what they're doing, which I doubt they do, but I don't want to even challenge the marketing team. This ain't even marketing. So listen, let me automate 20 people's LinkedIn, and I'll just do LinkedIn, and I'll charge you $1,500 to $1,500 a month per profile.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be $20,000 a month for what I do. I'd have to hire more a client service director. My client service director is a brown belt. So I keep it in the family. I hire people that I trust, and then they're choking. And then my wife also works with me, and then I have an engineer, and then I have some marketing assistants once in a while.
Yeah.
So it's a repeatable, scalable approach where I put $50,000 to $80,000 MRR on average within a year of me starting my company. I don't need VC, private equity, friends and family, series. I don't need any of that stuff. I don't want to be beholden to anyone but myself and my clients.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. Aim high.
Aim high, baby. Very nice. So I've got a link to your website. So I mentioned that at the beginning, but and so it's your last name, right? Full Throttle Falato Leads.
Yeah, fullthrottleFalatoLeads.com. There you
go. And then
a nice graphic for your TV people.
There you go. And then it's just book an appointment. Just you want them to go there or contact us, whatever they feel better.
Yeah, you can go there. There's my calendar is embedded in there. So that's easy. That QR code there goes to a B card. So if anybody wants to put their phone up to the screen and get that, that's great.
Oh, gotcha.
I recommend if you're a veteran or anything that you have unique about yourself, put it on your LinkedIn, put it on your card.
Yep.
People, Jiu-Jitsu people like to help Jiu-Jitsu people, military and veterans like to help each other.
Yep.
It's culturally, Jewish, Korean, Italians, it's I have something in common, use it as an anchor to say, let's chat. Well, first thing you should ask someone when you get on the call is so you booked the time with you, what grabbed your attention? What brought you to the table together today, Wes?
Yeah.
Get shut up and let them talk. Because they'll tell you why.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. Another thing I learned a long time ago when I was in LA. So what I heard you say, Steve, is A, B, and C. So people like to people like to be heard, and they want you to know that you understood them. So that was another thing I learned really young in life. And I was Monster Mike at Monster.com. So I got nicknames my whole life. So
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, people, yeah, they want to be heard. They want to know that they're seen and understood and appreciated. And um,
Yeah.
like there's so little of that now, right? I talked about this on another episode. We're talking about like why network marketing companies always seem to be around and attract people, and it's because they get recognized. Say, hey, come on up, Mike. He's a fast starter. Mike's a ruby black diamond now. Come on, Mike. Hey, you're a silver
Yeah.
gold diamond. And
Or the ropes we had in Air Force, right? The ropes that you had. You got your little.
yeah,
I mean, my whole thing is like I have 140 references now on LinkedIn. Again, who has that at 20 years old? I was over 20 in Full Throttle, And then I go,
yeah,
beyond that, look at the logos I've worked with.
yeah,
No, it's like if someone says I'm going to work with a kid and build an SDR team, go ahead. We'll spend them 1.5 million for. You're going to look at your cost per lead way higher than mine.
yeah.
But you'll figure it out, and then if it works, it works.
Do
But you got to
you
work with people that want to work with you. Otherwise,
do
it's
you
begging.
yeah, do you help them come up with their messaging? Because most folks, I say, look, you have to deliver a powerful message in a powerful way. Let's boil this down. But most people don't have a powerful message. It's like, hey, we do IT services. You should hire us to
Yeah, we
have,
have 20% off of the regular cost. Who cares?
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I said. Find an anchor. I'm going to offer you a roundtable or a podcast. I want to meet you at ACG conference. I saw you attending an event on LinkedIn. I saw you exhibiting. I see that you like Jiu-Jitsu because you put it on your LinkedIn. Whatever these things. There's also filters on LinkedIn. Post it on LinkedIn. Mention it in the news. Just change your job. Don't throw up on people. Like you're the date. You're probably going to go and go on a certain pace. You don't freak the girl out, right? Same thing with business. Don't connect with someone on LinkedIn and then go, it's cut and paste. It's horrible. And that's why
yes,
people get pissed off about email
yeah,
on LinkedIn. And I tell them, listen, I'm not trying to sell anything, but open the door. And that's what we need to do. You got to, whenever you write the message, who cares? So what? Why are you bugging me? Would I want to read this message? And people think it's marketing. It's not marketing when you're trying to make appointments for yourself.
Can you target it that much in, like, if you're sending thousands of emails, how eventually, if you get too big, you gotta, it turns into a shotgun versus a rifle. So do you keep it small?
I mean, there's so many filters on Apollo and LinkedIn.
Yep.
I mean, I could go, just got funded, right? There's intent data. They just raised a Series A. They're 50 million in revenue. They're an SAP shop. They're posting it. Like if I see someone post a job for VP of sales, they're looking to increase their revenue, obviously. Intent data tells me, right?
Yeah.
What to go after. I'm getting 50, 40% open rates. I mean, I'm sorry. Open rates. And then I would say anywhere from 0.5 to 3% reply rates. So there's ways of doing this stuff. My stuff, I connected to SendGrid. I don't use your Gmail to do this. It's so frightening what people are doing with like Outreach or Apollo and many other platforms and don't have an email engineer setting this up. I do the whole thing as a sales and service. It connects to HubSpot, connects to Salesforce. You even can have it bleed into sales outreach and sales log. I mean, you don't need. I don't think I've never done that, but it's just kind of a waste of time. But automate, rinse and repeat, make it about them, and I usually produce 10 to 30, 10 to 20. That's 2 hours. I mean 2 hours. Sales call limits.
Yeah. That one letter change is a big difference. Very cool. All right, man. Well, I am linking out to you, fullthrottleFalatoLeads.com. And I will recommend people check you out, book an appointment, contact you, whatever. If those interested in the roundtable, do they need to speak with you first, like make sure it's a fit?
Well, they can join my roundtable, which is great. And that's I think I'm trying to remember. I made a domain for that, so it's easy. FullThrottleRoundtables.com.
Okay.
There's like a little HubSpot form for that. FullThrottleRoundtables.com. They can go to my website and book a time with me if they're interested in using me. Don't book it, probably chat. But if you just want to go to Roundtable, you can, no obligation. Referring people to me, I give 10% on the first 12 months of the gross. So I take care of people that take care of me. But
Nice.
my whole thing is not referral business. It's really the whole, let me help you with it, automate, because that's not repeatable and scalable just to have someone introduce you. The biggest thing that's working for me now is taking someone else's LinkedIn like yours and introducing me, and we both get leads from that. So that's if
Gotcha.
we're in the same space I am, same ICP. So,
Right.
but otherwise, for my clients, find someone that's a good client of yours, a friend, and that has the same type of channel, the total addressable market, and tell them to give them something for every meeting they get,
Right.
That's like you picking up the phone and saying, talk to Michael. That's a big referral. That works the best on all my stuff. But yeah, please join up, and I'll give you a salute. Thank you, sir. I'll give you
right back at you.
points from Jiu-Jitsu, and I'll give you Hawaiian American English.
Yeah. All right. Well, I haven't been to Disney World since I was 20, so 18, somewhere in there. So I'll have to bring the family out, and we'll go hit Disney World and go do some jiu-jitsu.
Just don't hurt me.
You don't hurt me, man. Hey, I'm big. I'm lovable. I snuggle.
How old are you?
Just turned 54 last week.
Happy birthday. I'm 53, so 1970. Yeah. You're 72, right? 1970?
70, yeah.
September 6th, and you're April what? 2?
April 3rd.
And the 3rd. Wow.
Yeah, and guys, I mean, I'm a big dude. I'm 6'2", 235. And so everybody wants to go hard. And I'm like, and I train a lot. I mean, 4 days a week is a light week for me. I usually go 6 days a week.
Then you probably killed me because I'm going twice now. I can't do it. I'm falling apart. I'm 53 too. If I was 5'8", 195.
Okay, yeah.
I'm more of a stocky, shorty guy.
These guys, the young guys, they're dancing around. I'm like, I go a lot. Classes are 90 minutes. So I'm like, I'm not chasing everybody. I'm like, you can pass. Come on, get side control. Then I'm going to squeeze the crap out of them and sweep them and get out. Then I'll smash them.
I push into them and then I checkerboard them out. I'm like, you're going to get side control. I'm not going to stop you there.
Yeah, I'm like, and like I said, I developed that kind of really weird,
training.
You never tell anybody turn your back, right? I'll turn my back, and I fight the grips. It's like almost nobody will get a bow and arrow on me. I'll let them set it up.
I'm just gonna say I'm gonna do a bow and arrow bow tie on that one.
But I'll hold it, wait for the last minute, pop it, turn. Now they're tired, they're frustrated. They lose the grip. I can turn. Now I'm in side control, and then depending on how froggy they were, determines how much juice I give them. A little shoulder love.
I just don't have enough stamina to go against. I'm going against 20-year-olds, and I gotta wait. I let them beat me up, and then I give them. Well, now it's my turn.
Oh, I do that because we're less than an hour from Camp Pendleton, right? So we get a lot of Marines, and guys want to come try it. You get some 22-year-old Marine full of piss and vinegar, and again, me being a big guy, like my professor, he'll send them towards me, and I can't stop them toe to toe, right? Because they're going to bum rush, and I'm like, let's go.
I'm get hurt because I've gotten kicked in the head, and it just so too like I'm not here for you to hurt me, so I can't do my job.
Yeah, for sure. But I do like the challenge. Those roles just confirm to me that this stuff works. Because it's like, this is who I might encounter on the street, right? It's like some drunk or some fool, and I can't get away.
Have you done
it's like, what's that?
Have you done any of that?
No, I'm not really done. At the academy, we learn all kind of stuff, some self-defense, some taekwondo, some boxing, but I didn't stick with it.
Is a very good thing to learn with your jiu-jitsu.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I,
I mean,
I,
if you don't
I don't have time to do it all.
well, I used to do both of them. I do it 5 days a week and did them both classes. But you're
Mm,
doing 4 days jiu-jitsu, do 1 day kickboxing, or at least work
yeah,
with someone, because if you're jiu-jitsu, you're gonna want to know how to punch and kick and elbow and not
yeah.
yeah. For me, it's you gotta have a little bit of a stand-up game too.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I know. I just avoid fights.
Yeah. I mean, if we're
And
fighting our age, it's not gonna end well. And some idiotic 60-year-old Marine hit my son
mm,
because he thought he was following too close, pulled a gun on him,
mm,
and punched my son. My son just bum rushed. He was a green belt. He fell because he's an old guy. You know, I was like, dude, why you hit my son? So my son mounted him, punched him 6 times because he punched him, and then mounted him. Said, he's like, you assaulted me. I'm like, no, you assaulted my son. I wasn't even here. I was on a cruise, but I'm
mm.
like, I would have tore him apart, man. I was like, he was like coming at my son. He was just like, my son, and then he was mounted, and he didn't hit. He could have relayed into him. You know,
Yeah,
so don't mess with people. You don't know what you don't. You think you know how
yeah,
to fight, you don't. Because you're a Marine. Thank you for serving, but doesn't mean you know how to beat me up. And you shouldn't
yeah,
be pulling a gun on somebody, especially a
yeah.
20-year-old. So
I know. And,
can't wait till this court thing gets settled, because I'm not going to mention anything because it's still going. But
oh, wow. Yeah,
but you know, he's a jackass.
yeah. People have tempers, man. And I've had my CCW out here for 12 years.
Yeah.
And so maybe that's why I'm lazy and don't do striking.
I brought my
I'll
gun.
just,
I brought my gun to the airport here on accident. That was not a good day.
oh,
Yeah.
we were talking about that. A friend
And
did that, and he's taking some heat. And it's been probably 7 years, maybe something like that. But we were just talking about this. I flew out of Ontario to Phoenix, and company I was working with flew me out there kind of last minute, and I usually drive because it's close enough, and I don't have to mess with the airports, and I can carry. And so I have an extra magazine I carried in my computer bag, and I put it there a long time ago and forgot all about it. And I flew to Phoenix with it, no problem, and I forgot about it. And coming back through Phoenix, they're inspecting my bag, and I remember I'm standing next to this woman, and I'm frustrated. I go, there is nothing in that bag that I didn't bring with me here. Like, what the hell are they finding? Sir, is this your bag? And they pulled out, and I go, holy crap. So the Ontario airport missed a 10-round magazine of 40 cal hollow point. I'm like,
So like I had the gun and it was clip in but not chambered, and they took my gun. I lost my pre-check for a little bit. I hired a lawyer just because. I go, listen, I train with your guys at OPD. I have no record. I'm a veteran. Let me bring it back to my car. I mean, that was an honest mistake.
yeah,
But they don't care. It's like, it is what it is, and that's just like the Air Force. Like, there's no black and white. It's black and white. There's no gray.
yeah,
So I'm
exactly.
just like, I was so pissed at myself. It's not their fault, but this is
Yeah, well, so the funny thing, so there's a Phoenix cop there, right? And so he walks me over to his little booth, and he had this like 1 gallon size, maybe even a little bit bigger, but it was a thick kind of a Ziploc, clear plastic, but no labeling, no seal. He pops all the rounds out, the magazine's there, and I'm like, so what happens now? He says, well, you can come back and get it. You come back to Phoenix. Yeah, I'm here a good bit. You got to go downtown and claim it. And then he said, like, this could escalate, whatever. I'm like, just keep my stuff. And I guarantee you that guy, every shift, he's probably walking home with a few good pocket knives, probably 50 rounds of ammo every single shift.
It's not worth it. I mean, I would think those guys would probably put it in, but yeah, mine definitely got pushed. And I gotta see what's
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully, let me know if I can help your clients and vice versa, and I'll invite you to my roundtables every once a month, and you probably
Yeah,
find some interesting people. Chat. Probably sounds like some of your clients could use me.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we should maybe schedule a separate time to talk about what you do. So maybe I really got into that unless you have a couple minutes just to kind of give me what you're focusing on with our podcasting.
Yeah, cool. Well, let's wrap this up. I'll say goodbye. We'll hit stop, and then we'll keep talking.
Okay.
So, Michael Falato, let's give your name again. All right. It's Full Throttle, FalatoLeads.com. Thanks for coming on the show, man.
Thank you.